Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Aaron Herman. We're here at the Jewish Federations of North America General Assembly. This is an incredible event, bringing the community together to learn, connect, and celebrate. Let's take a closer look. Whenever you start an organization, you never know where it's going to go necessarily. And as an entrepreneur, especially on the Grassroots organization, there's a lot of opportunities and challenges. And your organization has risen to the occasion in helping really the people of Israel on many different levels. So talk a little bit about yourself and what you've built.
Okay, so my name is Vaxman. I live in New Jersey. I moved to the States from Israel 27 years ago in '98. I studied at Cornell after I studied at Hebrew U in Israel. On October 7th, my family and I were sitting in the living room to watch TV from Israel, and we came across the first video of the white pickup truck filled with terrorists in the streets of Sderot. And it was the first moment in my life that I felt actually helpless. Until then, I was, and I still am, focused on my business strategy. I have a management consulting firm that I run that helps businesses scale and operate efficiently. And on October 8th in the morning, actually it was the 7th, not the 8th, here, the 7th in the morning in New Jersey, a friend of mine called me whose son was serving as a lone soldier in Sderot Givati in Israel, telling me that he's reporting massive shortages of gear, ceramic vests and helmets. So that morning, I called out to a friend who used to work for the Ministry of Defense purchasing delegation in New York, and I asked, where do I buy ceramic vests that are approved by the IDF? So he gave me the names of 3 suppliers and the standards of what to look for, and I waited until 2 in the morning between Saturday and Sunday here, called them up and bought their entire inventory on my personal and company credit cards. It was $162,000. This is how the organization started. That same day, I got a little bit of divine intervention. So Roy here, who you met, my partner, I received a notification on my phone from Facebook that some Roy posted on Facebook in a group of Israelis in Boston that I was on because my son at the time was attending Brandeis. And I've never posted on that. I mean, I've posted once on that group, but I've never really been active on that group. I thought it was weird, being a tech person, that the algorithm would show me a notification from someone I don't know. So I went in to check the notification, and the message said, who wants to collaborate on the purchase of ceramic vests? And so I answered, I gave him my number. He gave me a call right away, and we've been very close ever since. And again, the same day, a doctor from my town, Isabella, who knew me before but we weren't close, called me and said, I know you're doing something, I want in, put me to work. So I put her to work, working with the doctors. And so very quickly, in the first month, we raised nearly $5 million. We sent hundreds and hundreds of duffel bags, cargo, planes, shipments to the units with all kinds of gear that we purchased both here and in Israel. And since then, we've raised nearly $11 million. We have shipped over 100,000 items, and we've touched more than 90,000 soldiers. Right now, as the war is changing, let's say it's changing, it's not over. There is a one-sided ceasefire. Our soldiers are still defending Israel, and they're sitting ducks, and we are funding a lot of innovative technologies from sort of an incubator perspective to help soldiers defend themselves in all kinds of conditions. And now they're still fighting in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Syria. There are 900 smuggling drones coming over the border from Egypt every month. And so we need to help them. I feel that the IDF is standing on the forefront of protecting and defending not just Israel and the Jewish people, but Western civilization and values of the sanctity of life everywhere. And it's our duty, and we feel that it is our duty to help them do that so that our children, my children, who live here in the U.S. and are going to live here in the U.S., can walk free wearing their Jewish stars as jewelry and not as a yellow star on their sleeve. And so we are a fully volunteer organization. We all have other careers and other jobs that we do for a living. And we are going to continue to be Grassroots and a fully volunteer organization. We are focused now on a lot of programs such as trauma processing workshops for soldiers that are coming home or transitioning between areas. And we've done some truly amazing things, and we need help to continue to do them because we're all volunteers.
When I hear these stories, I get like a little bit emotional in the sense that when you drop everything and you just go you go full speed, and in a way, like, and I've heard it from a couple of people where they just gave up their lives for a period of time, and they said, whatever you need, like, I'll get you what you need. So like, you just use your talents to get what was so necessary during that time.
Yeah.
And actually now there's this, I've spoken to a number of people about the trauma that's just it's just this cloud, unfortunately. Can you share a little bit about like a personal story of like when you give this incredible, like, this necessary equipment to soldiers, like, what have been reactions? I guess a story would be best if you can share.
I have a whole bunch of personal
Yeah.
stories, but I will tell you the first personal story that happened on October 6th for us. My stepdaughter was serving as a search and rescue soldier in the Zikim base, and we couldn't find her until like 3 in the morning. And finally, that night, she called after hours of us searching for her because we thought she was there. And she said to my husband, Abba, all of my friends are dead. And she had switched shifts with another girl who took her post that morning, and that girl was between one of the first to be murdered on that base. The same moments that this was happening, my brother went back to fight. My brother is a commander of a tank brigade in reserve, and he went right away to fight, and he's been fighting for months and months. For months, I didn't know if he was alive or dead. And he's still fighting 2 years later. And so it is very personal to us, all of this that's happening in Israel. As a mother, and I have kids who are 23 and 18, kids who are Army service age, thinking that a mother is losing a child because of a piece of gear that costs $800 or $1,200 or a $2,000 drone is inconceivable to me. I cannot live with that thought. So to me, every soldier that we lose because of lack of technology or lack of equipment or something that was preventable is an absolute national tragedy. And so their responses are amazing. And I can tell you, last month we were in Miami at the JNF conference. And no, actually, it wasn't in Miami. It was in Shurat Adin conference in New York. We did one after the other. And a soldier comes up to us, walks up to us, and he said, hey, you guys provided me gear, and you saved my eyes because you gave me ballistic glasses that saved my eyes from shrapnel. But you know what else? When I got the package with the gear, you gave us letters and cards from children that wrote us letters. And that was absolutely amazing, and that really made us feel so much better, and it was beautiful. And so those stories, and at that moment, Isabella, our doctor that was with me, said, we really need a teacher to create more cards. And not 10 seconds later, this woman, her name is Edna, walks by and she says, hey, I'm a teacher for 3 schools in Manhattan.
Wow.
And we were like, oh my
There you
God.
go.
And within a week, she sent us a package this big full of cards and letters to the soldiers, and it went on a plane to Israel, and it's been distributed to the soldiers. This is all in the last 2 weeks.
Amazing.
So,
And where can people learn more about your organization?
we are a grassroots organization. We need help with exposure. We need every person to help us share the message or organize fundraisers, organize events where we can speak about what we're doing. We have some really cool projects that we're backing up, so we really need funding, but we need exposure the most. So anyone who's willing to help us, we would really welcome the help in getting more exposure, more funding. Unfortunately, in the last couple of months, people think the war is over, and so funding has been ridiculously difficult to receive, and the soldiers still need our help. They need our help. They're traumatized. Some of them are coming home, but not really coming home. Since the beginning of the war, 64 soldiers took their own lives that fought in this war. And that's an inconceivable number to me. And so we need to help them prevent the trauma from getting more rooted so that they can come home and function, because the security reality of Israel is not going to change. It's going to require a lot more reserve soldiers on duty, more than it was before, and we need to provide for them. We need to help them.
Well, thank you so much for your work.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
As you can see, the Jewish Federation of North America General Assembly is an opportunity to experience sessions and networking events, and really just to connect to people who are interested in making a difference in our community. This is Aaron Herman, and thank you for watching.